You're Near the Wild with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska.
Hello?
Matt Becker.
That is correct.
You gonna turn off the TV there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
There we go.
There.
How's life?
Nice.
Good.
John's on his way. He's logging in right now. He's hooking up the computer or the microphone, so it'll be a moment. That's what he says.
I'm making him lasagna and split pea soup.
Is your mic working, or are you on the iPad or something?
I'm on the mic, but looks like it's not coming in very good. It's starting to go red line on me. How's that? Better?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. I just I can't tell sometimes because it sounds boomy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually set it up like in the room, and then he's been not telling me he's coming over. So then I go, fuck, no, I move everything. Then I was like, that last one you just released, which I didn't even notice you released it on Saturday. I listened to it last night.
That was from a month ago.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did that just on the iPad.
Oh, really?
Just the speaker on the iPad. Yeah. Which it didn't sound horrible.
No.
So we could try that. I'm in the midst of screening calls all morning because we're trying to get my mom into a assisted living home.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
What state are they in?
Iowa.
And your brother lives in Iowa too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 3 brothers that live in Iowa, and none of them talk, and they're all...
Really?
And my mom sits home alone, and I talked to her on Friday, and she's like, well, nobody will take my garbage down. And I call them all, and they all go, well, I was afraid so-and-so would be over there, and I don't want to run into him because I don't want to talk to him.
Oh, shit.
I want to see him. And I go, okay, she's 84, so you can do it like you do like in college when you had sex. You could hang a hanger on the door when you're there.
A sock or something, yeah.
And I know mom won't go outside because she's 84 and on oxygen. And then when you leave, you take the hanger down. And but yeah, it's just she's like practically in tears and going, nobody comes over. I'm just sitting here and in the dark. And I go, I get it. But yeah, so they just. It's very. I asked them all. I said, "Do you want me to fly home, take her garbage down? Because I can do that."
But that's an option. But that seems like a rather drastic option.
Yeah, but they were going. Well, I mean, if you could,
is that possible? Like, would that be every week?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, just every other. We're not asking you to do it every week. So I'm busy dealing with that, which I know is. Something you were familiar with.
Yeah.
So, but at least you had a team of people all on the same page.
Well, sort of. My sister never really had anything to do with it. She just kind of was informed when things got
then we're on the same page.
Yeah, that is the same page. Need to know basis.
Yeah. And it just makes it funny because you're like, you're so much closer. I mean, physically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, moving to Bisbee helped a lot and being able to be closer to react to certain things because my mom being in Orange County. But even now, it's like the house just sold and the car we're donating to my aunt in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. And the everything fucking lapsed on it. I mean, the registry. I was in Orange County for about 4 hours, and I was gonna, get to the house, grab the car, and then we're gonna, get all the final paperwork done for the house, and then we were gonna shoot to Phoenix to drop off the car, and then get back to Bisbee. Well, I get to Fullerton, and I've got time's ticking. I've got to get on the road, and we're gonna go. And I had no idea what was going to happen. The registration had expired, my AAA card had expired, and the insurance had lapsed. And there's no way of getting your total registration done without actually proving you have insurance. And it's 3:00 Friday evening in Orange County. So it was
wow.
It was quite a grind, but I ended up getting insurance in Arizona, and then producing the requisite paperwork, which was really just I could have, if I would have known the words to type, I could have just typed that on my as a text, and it would have. It seems like it would have worked. But then I got the registration finalized, and then I drove the car. We drove to Phoenix and handed the car off. But I've got to change the title. I've got to register it in my name in Arizona, and then I've got to go and hand this all over to my aunt, which is that's not a big deal. But to even get it to where I can actually do that it took 2 hours on hold with DMV yesterday. Point being is there's a lot of shit to do after the fact, and had I just noticed, had I just written down when that registration was up and when the insurance was up, I could have saved hundreds of dollars and a lot of time. Yep. But you forget. Yep. You got my brother's handling some parts of the finances. I'm handling the other parts, and we just kind of spin in our own little orbit and forget. Sounds like John's there.
Hello? Yeah, I've been trying to get in on this call forever.
Where you at?
I'm here.
Are you coming over? Are you coming over here?
No.
What?
He's already connected, dude.
I made you lasagna and split pea soup.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm coming over.
That's an odd combination.
Yeah, no, I'm not really good at pairing.
Well, we are almost caught up on podcasts. I have a question. I wrote it down when I was editing it. Something that John brought up. That was I went back and I listened to it. What the fuck is he talking about? It was in the beginning, and you were talking about how you've improved in your pantomime since going to Germany and realizing that you just knew how to say "I speak a little German," and you said something to the effect of when you're in line for currywurst. What's currywurst?
Currywurst is it's basically like a sausage, like a bratwurst.
Oh, currywurst. WURST.
Yeah, currywurst.
Oh, I thought it was like universe of curry. The curryverse. I didn't know.
Nope. It's actually a poem that I wrote about curry.
Yeah?
It's a verse of curry.
Oh. So you did poetry slams over there?
I did. That's how I funded the trip, by doing poetry on the street.
By winning poetry slams.
I thought it'd be hard, like in Rwanda, to do a poetry slam because it'd be so depressing to start with.
There's nowhere to go. We're almost at the bottom.
Poetry thrives on despair. So I think it'd be perfect. We should probably do comedy shows in Rwanda.
You rarely have a poetry slam at a botanical garden.
I think that's actually where they do them here in Anchorage.
But it's so nice.
Are you supposed to walk away with a really a dark feeling after a poetry slam? Is that the point of it? I've never been to one.
If I do my job right, yeah.
I've always found it to end up with just white guilt. That's all they come out of it. They're like, because you've been keeping me down. I go, well, we let you go first, actually. So I can't really see your connection. But
so it's all angry? I mean, I've just seen clips.
Yeah. Have you been to one?
No,
it's amazingly every chip on every shoulder comes out.
I've never been to one either.
You gotta go, guys. It's I think it's where Black Lives started.
Black Lives Started matters.
Every time she goes, I'm an accountant with BP, and then she goes up and talks about slavery, and I go, I get it. But you do get dental. Yeah.
I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it, Becker.
I don't get it.
We should sponsor a poetry slam.
We should, but we should do a tiered system where it's $100 to get in, and then it's $25.
A caste system?
Yeah. No, just a tax.
Okay.
No, he said poetry slam, not poetry scam. Because that 100 up front's great. That's a great scam. In fact, you could just call it poetry scam, because the kids today, they don't read the whole sentence. They think they see poetry and they don't finish the word.
Half of these poets are illiterate.
The thing is we could do a 2-week workshop prior to our poetry scam.
It's gonna have to be after my my new comedy workshop that I'm running.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. It's 3 weeks long. It costs $1,200, and I will teach you how to be funny. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. And what's the guarantee?
Guaranteed.
What kind of guarantee is it? You just like you a guaranteed laughs, or you're guaranteed work, or both?
I guarantee you will perform in front of your friends and family as long as you talk them into buying a $50 ticket to our final show.
Oh. And then,
why do I see you doing creative editing on the reviews?
check out my Yelp, guys.
It's like, this course is laughable, and he just puts up laughable.
It started as a lie, but the more I talk about it out loud, the more I'm like, I could just do this.
Yeah, now it's seeming like a good idea. It totally
I got
workable.
some bills to pay. I got some people who would pay me for this.
Well, they did. Who did the workshop? The Ggreg Wilson did a comedy workshop in
Ggreg Wilson
in Anchorage.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got Wyatt was there.
That's why all the local comics are so fucking funny, Greg, because we
Wilson.
I never did that class.
No, I'm trying to remember who was there. There's a couple people there. I know. I saw on the Coots website that you guys are bringing back dueling pianos for a night. We'll talk about that later. But I remember Bob Burkhalter, which was one of the dueling piano guys. He was in the class. I can't remember who else was there. But anyway, no, John from KZND, he was there, and then he stopped doing comedy. I think after that he just quit.
John Miller.
John Miller, yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
He came to a show a couple weeks ago, but he just kind of talked real loud in the back and then left early. So
classic. I guess he
never left.
I think he stepped out, had a smoke during that part of the workshop where you shut the fuck up.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
If you guys get one thing out of this class, okay, I'm gonna step outside for a second. Thank you.
That's my cue.
Mm-hmm. And for you smokers, a lot of places let you smoke on stage. Mm-hmm. If you're a performer.
As part of the act, yeah. Although that really backfires. Doug has a whole... He refuses to smoke on stage because as you're smoking on stage, because you can, and even people yelling, go ahead, smoke, even though you do, every smoker there is going, man, that cigarette looks
This
good.
is not a new concept, okay?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
This is the reason I don't play dance music in the birdhouse. Because everybody gets up and goes, we should go dance. I go, no. No dance.
Is that why the birdhouse jukebox is full of funeral dirges?
I want to keep you down, keep you on.
Nothing but posters of poetry slams.
Note to self, call your grandma.
Well, I did find another correction from the last podcast. We were talking about...
Oh, God. Do we do corrections now?
No, this is me. I'm trying to... I said that the monsoons, I thought that they lasted through October. They actually have on the U.S. weather website, monsoons listed in Arizona, in Bisbee, are July 4th. I don't know how they can be so specific, through September. So they do stop by October, but there's that threat of rain. But that's the fucking crazy thunder, lightning, total deluge for about 10 minutes, and then it's hot and muggy. And so I just want to clear that up. So
we were kind of wondering because Becky and I were debating coming down for Halloween, and then we were like, "Well, it sounds like to be monsoons." And...
Yeah, I was wrong. But
Okay.
but the one thing I haven't been updating you guys on is the bug outlook. I know we've had.
Yeah.
It's almost that tussock moth, the one that got Chaille in the neck last year with the little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
the poison moth.
It's almost time for them again, which I'm glad. Tracy and I had talked about it because I'm looking for the little webs hanging down from the tree in the back, and so you don't want to walk into one. They have they do like a rappelling line down, and it's just hanging there like a big long ornament hanging down from a tree, and you can walk right into it, and then as you do that thing where you battle a spider web. If those hairs on that tussock moth get you, they can cause a rash, and it's weeks before it clears up.
How long does poison moth season last?
I don't know because
Right after the monsoons.
we didn't think it was a big deal until she got she like crushed one into her neck while she was sleeping. It was on her, and she wiped it and just basically broadcast all of those irritating hairs on the moth right into her skin, and we had to use duct tape to try and pull them out. It was a lot of fun.
Oh.
But see, I remember them being around, but I didn't mark it, So we're really trying to look out. And right now, because of all the rain, we've got a lot of spiders. Funnel web spiders is they're all over the place. Your house is probably packed with them now, Becker, just because there's no one there.
Yeah, that's what Spider Haven.
And there's also these things called jumpers. There's a bunch of different varieties, and those
What?
you go to grab them like with a paper towel or something, and they pop. They're like those things you used to push down with a suction cup, and then they would just eventually let go and pop in the air. That's that was.
But these are bugs that jump at your face.
Oh yeah.
Spiders.
That's spiders, and they're like the husky
Why was
version.
none of this on my deed when I signed to buy
Yeah,
out?
what?
Well, I'm just finding out.
They really save all this information until you have already bought the house.
They're interesting too because they don't have those long spindly legs like the funnel webs. They're like kind of short and stout, like a husky version of a spider web, and that's spiders, guys. With the moisture,
And also they'll kill you. They'll kill you in a second. So they're pretty interesting.
none of those are poisonous. But the other thing is the centipedes. I've been seeing a few more centipedes, the big long ones.
Tracy posted that picture of the one that's like the size of a butter knife.
Yeah, that was last night. We found that one.
Jesus.
And the reason I found that one, I was in the basement downstairs where we actually had the plumber come in and replace all the shit that was leaking. Well, that's what they like. They like moisture, right? And I could hear him scooting around, and I was like, "What's that fucking noise?" He was making such a ruckus crawling on that porcelain pot that's how I found him. I located him by hearing him running around. It was, and those are they're poisonous to a degree. They've got a bad bite, and there's some venom involved there.
We live in a place with like fucking bears and angry moose everywhere, but I'm still way more sketched out by your giant caterpillars and rashy moths.
Yeah.
I know. Anchorage, the way Ggreg describes Bisbee, it's starting to sound safer in Rio.
Well, the other problem is no one's been in the little house for a while, and we just had some guests in there, and then I went in to kind of check it, see the condition, because someone's staying there. They were living there for a week, and I went in there and I'm like, oh wow, we still have visitors. Fucking mouse droppings everywhere. So I laid out some traps last night. I got my second mouse kill, and it looks like we've got to monitor that. I think that comes in with the heat and then the water as well. The mice start running.
Have you ever seen the water bottle catcher?
Which one's
Yeah,
that?
are you?
Where it's on a spinner, you put it like it looked like a lathe. You set up 2 points, and then it's got a water bottle, and you put the bait in the inside, and then you put a 1/4 inch of water inside of it. And basically, when the mouse runs down the stick, he tries to get the bait. He falls into the thing of water.
Yeah.
And if you try to get out, it just turns the little bucket.
There's
Kind of like
It's cool.
teeter-totter type situation where it's stuck in there.
Yeah, but you end up with like 50 drowning mice.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat.
There's one where you make this. You get a 5-gallon bucket, like the buckets from Home Depot, and you put a little ramp going up, and then you put a piece of a string to go right across the middle of the bucket, and then on that string you put like a piece of PVC or even like a water bottle, and you thread it through the middle, and so that and then you put a piece of like a peanut butter or something, or you stick some food on there on the end. He'll walk out across, and then it'll spin like a lumberjack spinning logs out on the river. And as they spin,
that's kind of what this one's based on. Yeah, and it's cool, isn't it? Because then he just
well, it's cool, but it's like the story of the Guam, the rats in Guam. You know, we put them on the sticky traps first, and all of a sudden we got this really mad fucking exhausted rat with his big fat tail flipping around, and I got to go grab him.
Walking around with like pads on his feet like clown shoes.
No, he's stuck to it, but he's as long as the pad. So I have to grab the thing, and then that tail is whipping you, and you think any minute he's going to be able to just be so afraid that he jumps out like superhuman rat strength. But see, that's the thing is when you dump those mice into the bucket, you put like 2 or 3 inches of water so that they'll drown and they can't jump out because they can jump kind of high. And other websites have suggested putting a little antifreeze in there and that'll just kill them. But then it's drowning and it's like, ugh. That's why I go with the snap traps.
Give them a slow, painful death.
Yeah, it's even worse, I think. And then you're looking at the live mice, looking at a dead mouse with his neck snapped. It's like he's sleeping.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna take my extension cord, cut the end off, put cheese on it. Fuck that. Poof. Done.
Yeah, we've got animals around here, so it's tough because of the cats and the dogs, and they're all free range and they're used to fucking snooping around for food all over the place. So yeah,
we should definitely have an open bucket of antifreeze.
Yeah, that's a bigger bucket to catch a dog. I don't have that time.
Digging the hole, putting the sticks over the top.
Yeah, Jesus, Punjab sticks. Yeah. Well, that's my update on the bugs: centipedes, spiders, and we'll include the mice, the rodents on there right now. So we're doing good down here in Black Knob, but definitely over there, up above.
So, you think by October it'll be locusts? You think locusts will be?
Well,
raining frogs.
Next is those tussock moth caterpillars. Those are definitely next. I just don't know when we're going to start seeing them. And we've got a tree out back that they love to eat. So that's a big problem.
Get a picture of one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Not the tree, but the bug.
Yeah.
Get a picture of Tracy's her moth scarf she's going to make. We'll mail it. Just wrap it around your neck real tight.
Oh. That would be great. A non-passive defense system. It's just a bunch of these fucking things on strings, and they swing at you when you open the door.
Just make. That's what you do. You make your nunchucks, and you put the fucking tussock moths on the end, so the person even gets close to you don't even have to hit them. They just have to brush with those little hairs.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that thing where you go between the legs.
No. You want to be.
Have you ever done that thing where you take a bee and you put it you get it in a jar, you put it in the freezer until it goes to sleep, and then you tie a string around it, and then when it warms up, it'll wake back up and start flying around, and then you got a bee on a leash.
I do that with the big house flies.
Didn't you do it with a June bug or something? One of those?
Yeah, I did June bug, but June bug is fucking brutal because he shoots around like a goddamn X-Acto knife.
He's pulling you. He pulls you on your skateboard.
And I do have a surprise. I'm working on something that's quite near and dear because I found all the parts on Amazon Prime and with free shipping and drunkenness, I ordered it. And so I'm putting it together now. It's going to be a pocket sky fishing kit.
Oh, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Go ahead.
What's in your kit?
It's going to have the trap, a small single-use helium tank, and then a small fish bowl. And so anywhere you're at, say you're at somebody's house with a parrot, you can go book done. You'll see it. It's fucking great. I die laughing every time I do it now.
Pocket sky fisherman.
We had all these little wrens because we have ravens. Up here we have ravens, and I'm like, I don't know if because I don't think a mousetrap will kill a fucking raven. I think I'll piss it off. So I was like,
I don't think a handgun would kill a raven.
No, and that's what I'm saying. And if you have one, he'll take it and use it on you.
They're very smart.
Yeah. So I said I got to come up with something for the smaller birds we have by our birdhouse, and so I came up with a pocket skyfish. So it'll be good.
You're basically you're baiting the birdhouse to catch the birds with your fishing.
No, they
rig?
just happen to be hanging. They happen to be hanging around there.
Oh, well, yeah, you put out bird seed.
Well, it's a coincidence. Yeah.
So is he?
No, I'm throwing it away.
There's tons of them. Don't act like I'm ruining the environment, crazies. Save it for your poetry.
Is the ultimate goal to get rabies? I don't know what you're trying to accomplish by catching these birds.
Becky makes terrariums and she uses little bird skulls in it. And so we didn't have enough bird skulls because we don't have a cat anymore. So she goes, "Can you get me some bird skulls?" And I didn't want to tell her how I did it.
I'm on it.
Yeah, don't worry, honey. It's magic.
Do they not have bird skulls on Amazon Prime? You can just cut out the middleman.
John, you don't pay for something that's readily available.
Teach a man to fish for birds. He'll fill all his terrariums for life. Well, since you brought up Amazon Prime, can we complain about that for a while? Because Becker and I were talking last week, and we have both discovered that Amazon Prime has started not giving a shit about Alaska anymore.
No, they've dropped us off the list.
I've now been waiting over a week and a half for a copy of Die Hard on Blu-ray and a new pair of kitchen tongs. Unacceptable.
Yeah. A dryer part. How'd you like to be a dryer part that said it'd be here in, oh my God, Monday, and it was, 2 Mondays later. But get this, I even upgraded it to 2-day air, and they said, oh, well, it was a shared, United Parcel Service to the post office.
Yeah.
So I watched it go from Chicago to Oregon to New York, and then it sat New York, and then they said transferring to the post office, and then it was 2-day air.
So you did get it 2-day air once the post office got
weeks.
it.
Good. 2.5
weeks later.
And I'm waiting, and it's this thing that starts the heater for the dryer, so you really can't. And Becky's been like really nice about it, but she keeps going, hey, did you order that dryer part? And I'm going, yes, I ordered the fucking dryer part. I ordered a gun too. You figure it out.
But the post office got it, and it was to you within 2 days. It was just from Amazon to the post office.
But it's a very shady system when you're going, oh no, we sent it. Well, no, you didn't really send it. You gave me a delivery date that you missed by what would be considered a flunking grade in Harvard.
And now they're like, it used to be, so I've had Amazon Prime for like a year and a half now, maybe. And at first it was like, man, it was like 3 days, 4 days. It was crazy. And it was free shipping. It was awesome. But now it's unacceptable. And I don't know if everybody's dying in their like sweltering hot Las Vegas warehouses and that they're busy cleaning up bodies, but they need to.
No, but the other thing is, John, is I ordered that because when I was ordering that air conditioner for down in Bisbee, they turned around and said that they were going to charge me delivery, $36 delivery to send it to Alaska, even with Prime.
What is happening?
Yeah, and I'm like, I thought that was the whole reason I got Prime is use free shipping. And then but then it was going to the wrong address. I didn't want it up here. I wanted it down there. So then I went on and said, oh, different address. And I put Arizona. Well, I didn't realize Arizona gets charged tax on Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
So instead of $36 shipping to Alaska, I paid $37 in tax in Arizona.
And then when you open the box in Arizona, there's going to be a giant moth in there, too. So you can't win.
Oh, I got the moth filter, John. I got the moth.
Well, I'll tell you, down here, I got no complaints. I get the books that I order to sell online at DougStanhope.com. We sell the signed books, and those are all bought through Amazon because I can buy like 30 at a time, and they get here in 2 days. So and it's free.
No, I'm not saying you're not getting screwed. We're saying we're getting screwed, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
But no, but do you pay tax on it?
Yeah.
You do pay tax on it.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not, whatever. It's a convenience thing. Someone hit me up online saying like, "Hey, how come you're not buying the books from the publisher?" And it's like I can, but the amount of money that I would actually save is less than $1 per book, and I don't want to buy 100 at a time. I want, I don't like having a big inventory, and Amazon doesn't care that I'm buying 20 or 30 at a time. Sometimes 2 orders a day at 30, because I don't like the box to be over 20, 25 or 30 books, because then it's too heavy. And the guy that delivers our shit, he comes here every day and drops stuff off. So I try to be courteous, at least keep things under 35 pounds. That's a tip for all of you out there. Your UPS guy is the same guy all the time. Don't fuck him over.
Right.
But that's why he has like a dolly to move heavy boxes.
No, not in Bisbee.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, yes, he does. Because like the air conditioner, Becker, that was a 2-man lift. There were stickers on it said that. That's one thing. But if I was ordering like 80 books at a time, like every week, I think that's a dick move.
I feel like you need to challenge your UPS guy, because if he's not lifting bigger boxes, he's not getting stronger, Greg. He's just getting weaker, and then eventually, like an envelope is going to be too much for him. He's going to be, can you just come to the truck and get this?
Au contraire, I think it'd be the other way around. All of a sudden, he's just going to start like pulling out and letting the boxes fall out the back.
Really?
There's your 80 fucking books.
Greg, you got to learn the law. I just look right at him and go, you like F1? And he'll go like Formula One racing. I go, no, F1 workers, because they're coming. You either hump and dump, or you're fucking out.
Wow.
Bangladeshis will do this for a nickel.
I'll do it my way. We did have a guy drop a load of books off.
Oh, don't worry, Greg. I'll use your name. I'll call him.
Thank you.
How do you spell Chaille? Hang on, let me look it up.
Some guy actually dropped off our books in Montana. We had some books dropped off, and UPS. It was a listener to Doug's podcast, and he wrote on the box. It was pretty funny. Yeah, so I'm fine with Amazon. I know what you're talking about because I think I got Amazon Prime the last year I was living in Alaska, and I didn't realize any benefit to it, but I wasn't doing what I do for work now then.
I mean, I like the free shipping, and apparently they have a bunch of movies and stuff, but I've never watched any of them on there because I don't know where they are.
No, you do it like Hulu or like Netflix. You can get it on your on whatever device you can hook up to your TV to watch. I don't know if you got a Chromecast or you got a Roku or something.
I do have. I don't think it works on Chromecast. Okay, well, let's not get into the details. But
Yes,
I got to
yeah.
make some hard decisions regarding Amazon Prime soon.
Yeah.
Well, what you do is
I say, John, just share. Let's just share an account.
You could share.
Half-
And you know what I learned? Like, so a lot of stuff is cheaper on Amazon, but if you go to like Target or Best Buy and
Don't
show
honor it.
them on Amazon and be like, look, it's way cheaper on Amazon, they will price match.
John, I figured that out, and I started making fake ones because the kid at the desk doesn't understand how. I made fake pages that look like it says that, and they gave me forced note tires for $20.
They trust you a lot more than they trust me, because whenever I was at Best Buy getting something and it was cheaper. It was actually cheaper on the Best Buy website than anywhere else. It was like $10 cheaper. And so I showed them when I was checking out, and they were like, "Let me see your phone. I got to refresh this page." Like, they did not trust me at all.
Oh, wow.
They were like checking to make sure I didn't like Photoshop something and like put a piece of paper over my phone. They like fucking they were going deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
How dare you, sir? Is my word's not good enough here at the checkout?
Yeah. What they didn't notice, you logged on to Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Everything's 30% cheaper. They just generic
Everything.
right across the board.
$10 a month. Sign up for Amazon.
That's actually, man, that might be a good idea, just to have a fake Amazon that just has really cheap prices for price matching purposes.
Yeah,
That's it.
and that's what you could do. You just make a parallel site that would take whatever images, whatever description, but anytime it had a dollar sign next to it, it would just reduce it by 30 or 40%.
No, you know what you do? You're an actual merchant on Amazon, and you just lower your prices, but you announce it to all the people who sign up with your newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
And so for 1 hour, this product will be that price. And you can go in the store and go, there you go, buddy.
Oh, the blue light special.
And then you just take it back off and put it back to ridiculous.
That's a good, yeah, man.
1 hour of savings. Get to Target right now.
Everybody at this Target is buying flat screen TVs right now. It's crazy.
So weird. Why right
Oh,
now?
you know what I did? Hey, Home Depot. Here's your Home Depot story of the week. I hate going there. You know, I
Yeah.
despise them, and I had to go there. Well, they had PVC. It's this new locking PVC pipe thing, and it's been around probably, but we just got it up here. Anyway,
the latest technology in PVC piping.
it's little metal teeth, and you just shove the pipe in and it locks. So you don't need glue, you don't need anything. It's airtight. It's certified for plumbing, and they got all these parts, and they're $5, $3, $6. So I go get a bunch of their throwaway PVC pipe parts. You know, they sell like little sections for $1 for people who don't know how to cut PVC pipe.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And I build this thing, and I told the kid I was there, I go, "What's this?" I got like 14 different L's and 6 of those, and she goes, "Well, and I go, "Oh," and she's trying to take it apart, and I go, "Oh, it's all one piece. I can't get it apart either." And I had him follow me, and he bought the thing that takes it apart because I thought she might wise up.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd even wised up. But how to disassemble your self-locking PVC. And but yeah, so I got it all for fucking, I saved the receipt, $7.99 for fucking, I think it's $32 worth of PVC parts.
You know, this is
Thank you, lady.
I've never seen this, Becker. That's pretty interesting. It definitely has teeth.
Hey, at these prices, I'll send you one, Greg.
Yeah. They are rather expensive. I mean, you can get a tea for, 60 cents, and these are $2.69.
Yeah, but they're self-locking and they're insulated, everything. But for Costa Rica, if I have to cut a part, I don't have to sit under there, put glue on or anything. I just go cut, snap, done.
You're right. I mean, I never had a problem with glue and primer anyway. I don't see why that's. I mean, you buy a thing of that for $6 and you can do your job. But
under the counters in Costa Rica, Greg, there's spiders and moths.
Well,
I understand.
I'm looking at the reviews on HomeDepot.com for this locking PVC pipe, and according to the Los Altos critic in Los Altos, California, do not buy this. If you get it slightly crooked, it will jam and not be able to push it in or take it off.
He doesn't sound like a union pipe cutter.
Yeah, you'd have to try it for yourself. I mean, people are idiots when they try and install things and then they go online and then bitch about a product and you're like, clearly this guy doesn't know what he's doing. But I mean,
he gave the quality a 4, but everything else a 1 star. So it's well made at least.
What's his last name? What's his last name?
It's just Los Altos critic. Los Altos? Am I saying? I know I'm saying that right, but it sounds weird because
He sounds illegal. Kick him out.
Kick him out.
He's a hardworking immigrant.
Yeah, hard.
He doesn't understand locking pipes, but
he does understand he's going to be replaced with locking pipes. That's his problem.
I don't
need you, senor.
We can't deport people who are willing to go on HomeDepot.com and write reviews of products, Becker.
John, you can deport anybody. That's the beauty of our country. We've deported half our oil companies.
You can only deport people who criticize your policies.
Yes, you're on a thin line. But yeah, anyway, so I hate Home Depot. I beat you. Go fuck yourself. Thank you.
So you got around it?
And this week's sponsor, Home Depot.
They couldn't even figure out how to disconnect them, so you got the whole thing?
No, she couldn't get them apart. She goes, I don't. I go, it's all one piece. I couldn't figure it out either. And she goes, oh, and she just scans all the little white pipes for $9.99. And I go, okay. And it looks like, I mean, it fucking, it'd be expensive to ship this thing the way it was assembled. I mean, it was a huge octagon.
Have you guys been following the China straddle bus?
The straddle bus. That's the one
we talked about it.
We talked about it a couple of months ago.
Yeah, we talked about it before.
Will you drive under it?
They built one, and after like a lot of people said, a lot of like engineers saw that video that we had talked about and said, there's no way that would work. Like it can't turn.
That doesn't stop China.
There is no way it can turn. And so I guess they built one to prove everybody wrong, and now there's lots of stories that the whole project is a scam. They might have just got a bunch of money and never actually built anything.
Rickstarter.
That sounds normal though, right? I mean,
yeah.
That's people scamming all the time on something like that. I love the drawings; it looked fucking great. But
we're going to use all Tibetan labor.
In China? Don't they just use Chinese labor in China?
Tibet, they got a problem.
Dude, those Tibetans are known to be really hard workers.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I saw that, and that was the thing. It didn't look like it worked. And the other thing is, have you been watching the Olympics with the Chinese?
Yeah.
They said this is the lowest rated Olympics ever since forever. And I've had a blast watching it. I've been watching every night. I think somebody's lying about the ratings.
I think so,
I haven't watched
too.
any of it.
I've been
I really do. Everybody I know has been watching it.
The only guy in broadcasting is not watching it, and Becker and I, who have way more better things to do, we're totally watching it.
No, it's fun. Becky loves it.
I mean, I would like to watch it, but I just, Netflix still has a lot of stuff I haven't seen yet.
Like,
I mean, we watched the hobble horse thing where they jump on the hobble horse.
The pommel horse.
The other day. Yeah, and until they slow it down, it's like hockey. I never understood. I go, fucking make a red puck. I can't tell where it went. I didn't realize it bounced off 7 different people before you hit it in. I went, he got it, and he hit it in. What's the big deal?
Wait, what?
And they went,
what are you watching? Pommel horse is a gymnastics.
Remember when it had the light up puck and everybody threw a fit?
Yeah.
I love that. I didn't realize the puck went off the glass back thing because they always look like they're just in the corner scrumming.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they go, no, the puck has been over there for an hour, and they came back.
They're fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, here's why here's why people aren't watching it, because we now have the internet and video on the internet, and you can just watch all the good parts like almost immediately after they happen. Like
you just summed up you porn.
The Japanese pole vaulter who lost because his dick and balls got caught on the pole. I'm looking at that right now.
That happened?
Yeah.
Look at it because it's your screensaver.
He got disqualified, and there's like frame by frame. Like that's the kind of stuff NBC's not showing you, and so fuck NBC.
He got his balls caught on the fucking the
pole
vault stick.
They didn't get caught like he was hanging there.
Oh, okay.
Like the bar that not the pole to like jump, but to like that you have to cross over.
Yeah, the crossbar.
His dick like grazed against that pole, and I guess the judges disqualified him.
Yeah, he got his beans over the weenie.
I thought I was getting the true Olympic experience, but now you're opening my eyes. There's a dark corner of the Olympics I've been missing.
Well, how about the Jamaican who just dove? She just Superman in the end, and that was fucking brilliant. It's like, guess what? I can fucking heal in about 60 days, but I'm going to be a gold medal winner instead of a silver medal winner. In your face.
First winner.
And it's great because I saw the press conference afterwards where they were talking to the American team, and two of the people on the American team, when asked if they'd ever like dived before in a race, were like, no, never. We would never do that. And then the third person on the U.S. team, she was like, yeah, I've done it twice. How do you think I got here?
Way to be a team player.
You're sacrificing yourself. You're jumping out there. It's not very graceful to slide headfirst across the finish line. But I guess there's nothing wrong with it.
She was going to win.
Well, at a tie, that person made that snap decision. I'm fucking going for it. So
I like it. I like that she sacrificed her body. She was like, "Fuck it, I am going to eat shit, but I'm also going to win this thing."
But you have to remember too. You have to dive, but you also have to stay in your lane. If you roll over in the other lane, then there's a skill to this. So she actually won a diving gold medal too.
And it was raining, and there was a very small splash. That was what got her.
How great was the green pool too? The green pool's been killing me. Because traditionally, if you swam like I did USA swimming, and what happens is you end up with green hair. If you have blonde hair, and you get into a pool with too much chlorine, your blonde hair comes out green. Mm-hmm. And I went, this has got to be killing people with blonde hair. They go, it's going to come out blonder.
Well, I did see last night the Russian guy was having a fucking terrible time, and he.
But did you 60-mile-an-hour winds?
But it was during that he jumped up. It was a high dive, jumped up and did his spin, and as he was coming down, his right foot hit the board. And it's because you can see behind them, they've got one of these large like banners, and they've got little cuts in it so that the wind can go through it, right? Well, they're going away from the diving board, so that's what happened. The wind pushed him into the fucking diving board.
It was unbelievable. But the Americans all trained outdoors because we had a coach that goes, "It might be windy, we should practice," and everybody did, and it really helped.
So are you mainly watching the swimming stuff, Becker?
I think Becker had to go answer his house phone, which is weird.
A house phone?
Yeah, I don't know.
He has a dial-up?
I've mostly been watching Olympic GIFs.
Oh, that's it. That's how you watch the Olympics?
Yeah, it's way better.
Way better, because you have no attention span.
Oh, these GIFs are long. I'm watching a volleyball one right now. Apparently, I just learned that you can, if like your teammate in doubles volleyball hits the ball like crazy, you can run under the net to the other side and hit the ball back to your teammate.
Oh, I saw that on there was men's beach volleyball.
I think it's women's here. I'm going to post a GIF in our.
Did anyone? This is a shock to me, and I followed pretty close. Did you know double Dutch is still in the Olympics and you win a gold medal in it?
Wait, double Dutch jump roping?
Like jumping rope?
Yep. It's official. Isn't that amazing?
How is that a thing?
I don't know, but we didn't even win.
Wait, I've seen all those inner city clips on YouTube. You go down a rabbit hole with that, man. We should be dominating in that sport.
What's going on? It was unbelievable. Double Dutch is Olympic sport. How'd you like me fucking training to try to beat Usain Bolt and realize you could just jump rope and get the same gold medal?
So, John, you sent me some gifts. Those are just stills, and are those both from this year?
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy took a spill. So this is how you watch the Olympic updates, huh?
Yeah. It's a lot more efficient. I don't have to watch a bunch of Coca-Cola ads. It's pretty.
Yeah.
You got any gifts of Ryan Seacrest doing the wrap up every night?
God.
That's fucking pathetic. That's embarrassing. That's worse than the Wilmore show. Oops.
I've never seen Larry Wilmore show. I guess that's probably why they're canceling it. But
I don't have a comment on that. That's I haven't really paid attention to that or the.
He's a great guy and everything, but you put him in the time slot of poor Colbert, and now they put Colbert up against the guy who does fucking car karaoke because we're retards, and they go, well, his ratings aren't that good. Well, yeah, against fucking Retard Factory.
I sort of like the car karaoke guy.
Yeah, I knew you would. Somehow.
That's
well,
James.
Because I do have a.
Because it's simple. James, it doesn't make you think.
Why does it have to make you think?
Don't worry, he's not really a comedian. He's just
He's like a Tony-winning like stage. Yeah, I didn't know who the fuck he was, and I looked him up.
I love drama, especially at 11 at night.
But I have a antenna because I'm trying to watch public television at home because I support public media, and everyone should. But the only channel I can get at my house is CBS. So I watched Colbert and the James Corden, whatever his show's called, and it was all right as far as late night television nowadays goes. It was all right.
That's
go ahead.
Becker.
What the antenna cost you, John?
Like $5 on Amazon. I just had to wait 3 weeks for it to get here.
Well, that's weird, John. For the price that you paid to get NPR, you could actually get a cup of coffee.
I see where you're going.
No, I have friends who are baristas, and I said I would be livid that they keep using a cup of coffee every day as the same price as NPR. I go, fuck you. I do this for a living, you bastard, nonprofit piece of shit. Why don't you go support Planned Parenthood, you abortion doctor?
You can actually, for less than the price of a cup of coffee, every week you could be supporting public media in your area.
Yeah. It's a shitty cup of coffee, but yeah.
It's a shitty cup of coffee. We actually use a lot of time, like, I don't know why our development team has started using the phrase, like, for the price of a cab ride in Bethel, you can become a... Which, if you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Bethel. In Bethel, there's fucking cabs everywhere, and no matter where you want to get, it's $20.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to go down the road, it's $20. If you need to go to the airport and back, $20.
For the price of getting a fish hook removed off the Russian River.
For the price of a hammer at NASA, you could.
So we had a bank robbery this week. It was a great one. There was a guy put a fake beard on, and I have a dozen that look like it. It's the bad hillbilly beard. It's just all fucking plasticky looking.
In the pictures, he looks like me when I let my beard go.
No, but I had two guys come in Saturday night and go, "Oh my God, do you see the bank robbery story?" The guy goes, "No," and I go, "Have anyone turned you in yet?"
Yeah,
the guys had real beards that look worse than the fake beard.
Becker has he's got, everyone knows that he's got all the gags, all the goofy things, the pepper gum and the snapping gum and the fake barf. So that when they find a bank robbery that is done by guys clearly in fake beards or what looks like fake beards, they go to Becker like Starling went to Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Becker, can you just look at these photos? Can you profile quid pro quo starring?
As the bank robber, as he was like backing out of the bank, he like lifted up an apron and there was a big giant dick. And they were like, this is familiar.
And nobody can remember his face, but they remember the dick.
Think now, is this really who you're looking for?
The dick was about 5'8", but I don't remember how tall he was.
Oh, did he hold it up against the door jamb as he's walking out? Yeah. So you can see where it leveled off?
Yeah, it's not going to be long now. We're going to... I just thought it was great. We've never had a bank robber ever an unsolved bank robbery in Alaska.
Where can you fucking go? Unless you go right to your own private plane and get the fuck out of there, it's just a matter of time.
I remember in Kodiak there was a bank robbery, which is great because it's a fucking island.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. And also,
Or spend the money.
Also, I'm pretty sure it was winter, and they followed the tire tracks straight to the person who robbed the bank.
Yeah, we've had our share of crime come back again. We've had a couple shootings, and what else do we have?
I don't know. Lots of bodies. Lots of car thieves.
Yeah, a lot of break-ins. Oh, they arrested 4 out of 6 people who have been breaking into cars all over town. And robbing businesses.
That's like allegedly.
Like a ring? Like a ring of...
Police said we couldn't have cracked the case without your video. So I went out and bought video cameras. So I'm installing video cameras today.
Oh, my friend Whit built a cabin in Kenai last summer. And then he lives in Portland. So he got a call around May from the police in Kenai saying that his cabin had been like trashed and everything stolen out of it. And so he came back up and they did steal like a bunch of tools and a bunch of stuff. They left a bunch of whiskey for some reason, but before he left last summer, he had installed wildlife cameras around his cabin.
Those are like the ones that are motion activated. They're usually camouflage, and you like put them like about 2 or 3 feet up off the ground onto a big tree or something, right? Yeah, exactly. And so he like gave those pictures to the police because he got pictures of all the people, and it turned out to be like 2 adults and like 4 kids. Like he said, the youngest was like age 9. Wow.
They broke it, and they like over the course of like a couple of months, like we're just taking all this shit and like setting this stuff on fire. And I guess one of the guys is already in jail for 2 years because he'd been like investigated for a while, but they didn't have any evidence until they got these pictures of him.
Wow. So it really does help.
Wildlife cameras.
Wildlife.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
Now they'll go back and steal his cameras.
Wildlife, like those children in Kenai.
Yeah, steal the cameras first, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Know your surroundings.
I've been putting my GoPro out at night, and I just got tired of it. But yeah, a couple weeks ago, remember, John, when you were going to Germany, I left my car unlocked one time.
Becker, we were standing in Becker's driveway, and he was talking about how crime was bad. I was like, I don't know, it might be just a perception we have. And then he looked over, and like all of this shit out of his glove box was like spread all over his car.
Oh man, really?
No, they must have spent 20 minutes in there, and I'll blow your fucking head off. I have no problem.
Yeah.
I know how to get around your body. But I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. And so I called the police, and they were like, well, if it already happened, there's nothing we can do. And I go, so you want me to call when it happens? Is that
during the commission of a crime is the only time they can respond?
So I said,
efficiently?
I left my car unlocked one time in like 6 months, and I said, and that was night. So they must be trying every night. So I started watching, and sure enough, a kid lays his bike down the street, runs up, fucking starts trying our door handles right in front of me. I'm looking out the window. So I go out there with a light and a baseball bat. I'm going to knock his fucking head off. And he fucking toodles away. So I get in my car, I follow him, and I drive him all the way out of the neighborhood with my high beams on, going 5 miles an hour. And he's like, what? I go, I'll run you over, you piece of shit.
So yeah, that might be the scout. He goes in and sees if doors are unlocked, and then he goes back
and then
tells someone.
Second night, a different group of kids come through. And they're trying fucking going behind people's houses and shit. So I call the police. They go, what's their exact location? 20 minutes I'm on the phone with 911 going, what do you mean? They're moving. I'm the only stationary thing here. And she goes, well, we have to have an exact location or we can't dispatch. I go, they're fucking driving around with trucks throwing shit in the bag.
Yeah.
That's how bad it's gotten, Greg. That's why I bought a house in Bisbee.
Becker, this is what you need. You need a tagging gun. So you can tag them with a remote GPS, and then the police, you just give them the coordinates as they move.
I have a better plan.
No.
I got a fucking piece of rope and a big helium balloon. I'm going to strap it around their neck and let them float over the city. Yeah. Take a look at what you're going to miss.
Yeah, that's a classic setup was my brother had a storage unit in Orange County, and he was keeping some stuff in there. It wasn't a big one, and it was a place that he didn't have to go to very often. And he went in one day and he went to his locker Went in, and his key wouldn't work. And then so he went to the office, proved that he had that locker, and they popped the lock. And I guess one of the ways they do this is they'll go in, the guys will case the joint. They'll go, hey, we'll pop a bunch of locks, put their own locks on them, and leave. And then they'll come back a few days later and then just, use their key to open it up. There's nothing suspicious, and they just kind of fucking go through it like you do when you're at a storage unit. And it's a very common process. MO of popping locks and then just coming back later. It's kind of like when credit card thieves put a small charge, and then on a ton of cards, and then all of them that go through, they wait a while, and then all of them that go through and that are uncontested, then they'll go in and make bigger charges, so they don't waste their time.
Yeah, and it's gotten to a point now. And like I said, I understand that, like, when I fucking go to Home Depot, they hired somebody at the least amount of money to basically ring up that shit. So I go, I have no problem with it because you're ripping me off anyway. But when you steal people's home property, what if they stole all my fucking Home Depot stuff?
Who loses in that situation?
We all lose then, not just Home Depot. Then I lose too. So understand there's two levels of theft.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, but I just hate how blatant they are. They're just wandering around. And I live in a neighborhood with a lot of older people. So they're just, I didn't see anything. Yeah, because you go to bed at 8, you stupid cunt.
Wait, they're supposed to stay up and watch your property?
How's that work? Retired. How about, let's put you in charge, like the way they draft fucking servicemen. Just go, we're drafting you. You're old and you're on the fucking dole. You get free Medicare, you get free licenses, you get free property taxes. You sit outside. Your granny neighborhood watch.
But then you'd complain that people are too nosy.
No, I don't care. I'll put her on a stick out in their yard. So just sit up there.
Why don't you just? I mean, you're obviously concerned about this, so you're probably going to take some action here. I do know that there's a percentage of effectiveness in putting up one of those signs that says you have a home monitoring system. Like, don't get ADT. Just go make some of those signs that say this home protected by ADT.
I don't think these kids care. They don't give a shit. And when the police catch them, they release them to their parents. Yeah. So they go out and do it the next night.
Well, I told you we
a lot of times so I guess what my friend Whit was saying, he talked to this cop down in Kenai for a while, and I guess what happens down there is like shitbags, like the dude who's in jail now for a couple of years will go around to neighborhood kids and offer them money to just go see if doors are open, and they'll get hired by adults basically, and they're dumb kids. Yeah, it's a shitty system.
Yeah.
The police. Oh, by the way, the Anchorage PD took the scanners offline.
Oh yeah.
Because we don't need to know what's going on.
The police scanner, like the radio frequency. A lot of pretty much every news station will have a couple of scanners in their news department, so that a producer can be listening if anything goes on.
Breaking news
right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the APD, first they put it on a different frequency so that they could approve who listened, and now they've just decided that nobody can listen in on their scanner.
And you know who else did this? Dallas. When Dallas had that, the police got one tweet 20 minutes into the shooting in Dallas of the police. One tweet from the sheriff's department saying what happened. That was what the news media could go on.
Because they pulled their frequency from...
Yeah, they said, the criminals are all listening to it. No, we're listening to it, and we want to know what you're doing. And you're not doing anything.
Yeah, that's their spokesperson in the ADN was saying, well, it could be used for ambushing police, and we think criminals are listening to it.
But do you think
all these things, but they have no examples of that ever happening.
Yeah.
No, just like voter fraud in the South. There's no proof. But we still have to make these laws because, they could be doing that. Well, I could also put GPS on your car. Show me every week after the fact where you guys are at, because I want to see GPS, a little dot matrix on the city where you're. And you know what you're going to find? Village Inn is very covered. They're very covered with protection. There's at least 6 cop cars at Village Inn every time I drive by.
No need for cameras at Village Inn.
And remember, if there's a murder, I love it. Every time there's a shooting, Greg, in town, like last week, 2 17 and 18-year-old were found dead in the middle of the street. People reported gunshots. The police eventually show up, And they go, sure enough, look at that. That's got to be a gunshot. And he's laying there dead. And then they go, well, you just call this 800 number, a Crime Stopper thing, and tell us who did it, where they're at, and we'll go get them. And we'll give you a reward. In money, they said. And I said, that's weird. That was the exact description we gave to the police when we hired them. They're actually you could be the police. It's freelance.
It's crowdsourcing, right?
It's the same way CNN does their reporting. It's like this good old fashioned detective work, like those old 70s shows like the Rockford Files, where he would just say, hey, if anybody has any info,
go talk to Angel.
Yeah. Talk to Angel. Rockford.
Or you go to Beretta and talk to Huggy Bear, right? Didn't Beretta talk to Huggy Bear?
Yeah.
That's when police work was down and dirty. You could rattle some skulls to get the information you needed.
Where snitches got stitches, but Obamacare covers it.
I do have to mention that Doug's audiobook is out on audible.com. I'm getting it now available, and it has tons of extra stuff. I'm actually downloading one tonight, and we're going to listen to it in the Funhouse.
Cool.
As long as half of it is Chad Shank taking over the reading, so Doug
that's
will be
great,
able to listen to it.
Chad has an amazing voice. He really does.
Yeah.
He should do kids stories. Go to bed.
The other thing is the dive bar on August 28th. Doug is doing his 25th anniversary, and it's already sold out. So that's that.
Shit.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be fun. I'm really just reminding you two that's probably a good weekend to go to Vegas.
John, you want what day is that?
Yeah, what day is it?
It's a fucking Sunday, guys. It's a Sunday.
Fuck, dude. Do you want to go, John?
When is it?
August 28th. It's
August 28th?
Yeah.
We'll do the red eye after a thing. We'll get down, go to the show, hang out. We'll be back Tuesday night.
Yeah, we leave. We're going back to Bisbee. We're driving in, so we're leaving on Tuesday anyway.
That's fairly doable.
You want to do it?
Kind of.
A year from now, you won't regret going out for 2 nights in
Remember,
Vegas.
John, it's like the desert party. You go, I should have. I should. Yeah, don't ever regret life, John.
Like Burning Man 15 years ago.
But that's how I get through life, is by regretting everything.
So, the dive bar, August 28th. And, we're doing podcasting all weekend and doing the show on that Sunday. And we're kind of lining up the other comics right now. So, it's going to be fun.
And what? Okay. Well, yeah, we'll talk, John. But, I think we should do it. Let's lock it in. Let's do it. It'll be fun.
Do you guys remember your first snowfall predictions that we did last week?
Yeah, what did I pick? I picked something amazing.
Matt Becker, you picked October 7th.
Yeah. Good call.
John, you picked, do you remember?
I don't remember. November?
October 28th.
Oh, yeah.
And mine is October 14th.
Oh, you guys are so done.
Oh, you're done, buddy. No way.
You're done.
You guys' weather is so fucked up. There's no way it's going to be that late.
You don't understand. It's like Game of Thrones. The winter's coming.
Yeah,
we have a heat wave. We have a heat wave coming through. I'm gonna be okay. I think we're gonna last until late October.
I think I might be too late for that first, and it has to be reported on the news as the first snow.
Yeah.
But I think John's probably closer than me.
Yeah. No, you guys are done.
I know.
I'm telling you.
I know you're gonna hold on to that, but as soon as it happens.
Time a Diderot finisher was in my bar on Friday night, and he goes, I said, I think I had it written down, and I said 7th or something. He goes, you're right on the money. He goes, this is going to be brutal this winter.
But it's going to go late? Is that what he was?
No, it's going to be early and last forever.
I'm sorry. I do think it's going to be early. I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, John, you're fucked. You're fucked.
No.
28's way too late. Way too late.
Yeah. You're basing on your global warming fears instead of math and science. Sorry, Trump. Science exists.
All right. Anyone got anything else?
We vote today. We vote today on
primary time.
Yeah, it's primary. It's one of those weird ones where you got to go vote in like people you all know because they mix districts.
Yeah.
So it's people you've heard of all the time, but now they're pitting them against each other. So today is like the pit bull fight of of incumbents, and incumbents have been tearing into other incumbents that ran again, together for all these years.
Yeah. Now they're fighting each other.
My friend's an alcoholic and a pervert, and then it's like, I used to do a fundraiser for you, you jackass. So it's been kind of funny.
Did you go down to the church there in that neighborhood, Becker?
Yeah, and they give out cookies, and I always do the same thing. I told Becky, Mom walked by. She voted today and was walking. It's sunny out, and she was walking by. She goes, "Remember to vote today?" I go, "I do." I go, she goes, "You can get a cookie," and she goes, "Oh, that's right, because I can't eat flowers." And I vote in a church. No separation there, huh?
It is interesting because that church, all the volunteers are so fucking old, but they do make good snacks and treats that are there. I didn't even go to vote. I just went because I was hungry.
No, but see, that's what I do every time I walk in, and they go, "Oh, do you want to?" I go in and walk up to the cookie table. I go, "Do you have sugar-free, gluten-free cookie?" And she goes, "No." And I go, "I'm not going to vote." Then I walk back down the stairs. I do it every time. It's hysterical. "Oh, sir, you still should vote." "Nah, not if I don't get rewarded."
Yeah, we got a primary coming up too because we just did a thing for David Smith out here in Bisbee. He's running for mayor. And we actually all went down to the local breakfast place Mornings in Bisbee on Saturday, and he basically presented his economic strategy, and I thought it was great, but I was fucking hungry. I'm in a fucking breakfast restaurant, and they're closed. You know what would be really good is you talking just like you're talking now, but with a big stack of flapjacks in front of me. That would get my vote. What happened to a pancake thing? Jesus Christ. Yeah. But it was good. It was I got to look at see when our primary is because it's coming up.
I don't care. Nothing made me laugh more than watching the Democratic convention. And they had that little the dwarfism.
Dwarfism.
What?
It was somebody that had come out and talk about how they were like discriminated against and everything, and Hillary intervened and helped them and gave them inspiration, sent them notes every time they had surgery. But if anybody's ever watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, it was still the funniest thing in the world.
I'm not
because I just wanted him to. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, I know the movie, but the dwarfism thing, I'm not.
You remember when he brought out the little person with the broom?
Oh yeah, sweeping up corruption.
Yeah, I was waiting for him. Go, come on, bring a broom out, sweep the stage.
Wasn't that like Pappy O'Daniels?
Yeah, Pappy O'Daniel.
O'Daniel.
Sweeping up corruption.
He's for the little guy.
The dueling pianos. That's that's multiple dates, right, Becker? It said on the website the 4th, but I think on the calendar it says it's September 2nd through 4th.
Yes.
Okay,
it is.
so it's multiple nights.
Dueling pianos. It's always fun.
It sold out last time you guys had it, and I think that's why you guys are doing multiple nights. So if you're in Anchorage and you can check it out, it's always a fucking blast. The dueling pianos. Go to coots.com.
Brilliant.
On an aside, not for the podcast, how come I haven't heard about that at all?
Oh, we do it like a rave now, John.
It's like it's a pop. You have to know somebody to know about it.
I think. I had the website up earlier. I think it has actually New Amsterdam Bakery. I think they're a sponsor.
Huh.
New Amsterdam.
Yeah,
Does
I
that sound
think so.
right, Becker? Is it New Amsterdam?
Yeah, the one over by the look.
That's Cafe Amsterdam.
Cafe Amsterdam.
Yeah, Cafe. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cafe Amsterdam. There's tickets on sale at different tickets on sale at Coots.com. Oh, it's sponsored by Kettle One, Anchorage, and New Amsterdam, and a couple other things. Yeah, so they probably have, limited tickets. Oh, reserved table for $100. Yeah, so it's $25 a shot, and it sold out last time. So it's definitely worth if you want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, get tickets in advance.
Yeah, we have to set up 2 pianos for God's sake.
Are they the shells that I had brought in for the original?
Those things are great though.
Oh yeah, those things were fantastic.
So
I just thought in the way things usually happen that someone decided these fake piano shells are in the way. Let's get rid of them. And then all of a sudden you guys go, hey, we're going to do dueling pianos. Where are those fake piano shells?
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad someone in the infinite wisdom decided to keep them safe and off the auction block.
Must not be anybody I know. You've listened to another episode of Near the Wild. I'm Matt Becker, sitting on a bus on a sunny day in Anchorage, Alaska.
I'm John Norris in a townhouse-shaped bus in Anchorage, Alaska.
With no wheels, by the way.
No wheels.
And no split pea soup or lasagna.
No windshields. No pea lasagna.
And I'm Ggreg Chaille in Bisbee, Arizona, staying away from the spiders.
Impossible.
You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Matt Becker's backyard bus. Engineered by me, Ggreg Chaille.